welcome back to another video. Today I got the Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe 112 Mezco figure. Now the box and the promo shots were just amazing, so I had to get this figure, and wow, the box looks awesome right now. So I just got back from a Comic-Con here in Big Texas in San Antonio. Super cool Comic-Con, and this is where I got the figure for about $90, which was really good since it's less than I've been seeing online. So besides that, let's just go ahead and start getting into the box. So on the front right here, on the front display, we have a nice shot of the comic Snake Eyes with his wolf Timber right here. If you didn't know his wolf's name, I didn't know his wolf's name for a good while, so it took me a while to figure it out. You got Snake Eyes on the top right here, and G.I. Joe right here, 112 at the bottom. And on the back, you got some shots of the figure, his hand accessories, and a whole bunch of other weapon accessories. Super, super cool. Top says G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes. Other side, it's just in black, but the same thing. Besides that, got the top, G.I. Joe, bottom, extended photo, and label and price. So super cool, super awesome. Now besides that, there's not much to talk about the box. Pretty basic, still looks awesome. Now let's just go ahead and get into the figure and see what it looks like. And here we have Snake Eyes and Timber out of the box and in full display right here. No crazy poses, no other accessories, so let's go ahead and talk about it. We'll start off with Timber here. The nice wolf of his right here. Super cool, and it's very articulated, which I wasn't expecting. His tail moves only side to side, doesn't move up or down or anything like that. He has a nice little thigh movement right here, little knee movement, little paw right here, and his paw can move side to side, as well as this little ankle right here. And his leg can go out just a bit, not too much. They can go in and they can go out. Same thing with the other side. Little bits of movement here and there. Super cool, super awesome. He has nice details on his paws right here. His fur is amazing. Like, the sculpting work is just fantastic on this thing. He has a nice little bit of pivot and movement right here near his neck, and then his head of course can move great directions. He has different head accessories as well, so he has two alternate heads. Very nice detailed eyes right there. Very, very cool. And then he has his front paws right here that can move out just like that. So he has a lot of articulation compared to the other Timber figure that we got from Hasbro. So this is a very cool wolf, very awesome. Now besides that, let's go ahead and get into the main guy, Snake Eyes right here. Now this guy is super, super cool. Let's go ahead and get a very close up here. He looks awesome. He has this nice silver paint for his visor. Instead of like my helmet right over here in another review I did, he has black. So this is very cool, very nice. He has his nice little patch right here from his clan that he was in. Cool grenades right here. Now these grenades cannot come off, so do not try taking them off. You got amazing detail on his gauntlets right here. Super cool, super nice. They do have a bit of a swivel, but we'll go ahead and get into articulation a lot later into the video. Nice little jeans he's wearing, some black jeans. Amazing detail on the boots. And right here he has a nice gun holster. I'll show y'all how to put his gun in here whenever we are talking about accessories and showing y'all how to put all the things on him. Nice belt detail right here. Super cool, super nice. Another storage for his weapons, as well as here on his back. Very nice. And I like how whenever they did the stitching for his cloth, it's all near the back right here, almost like a zipper or a shirt. So I like that instead of being mainly all right here. So super duper cool. And of course there's a bit of stitching right here, but it's mainly covered up by the belt, which is awesome. Another side pockets right here, very cool. Now this guy has a lot of detail on him, and I mean a lot. It's mainly only on the plastic parts. Of course, his cloth is just a basic black pants, and the top shirt is just a basic cloth with a nice rubber-like material right here and along, and then plastic for the head and neck. So still very cool, very awesome. I like this figure a lot already. Just from the looks of it, he looks awesome. Now, besides that, let's just go ahead and start getting into his accessories. And he comes with a lot of accessories. So let's go ahead and get into it. And here we have all of his accessories. Now, he comes with a lot. And I almost couldn't even fit all of these on screen, at least with okay lighting right now. So let's just go ahead and start getting into it. We'll start off with the base right here. Super simple, super basic. A nice G.I. Joe right here and a nice clear kind of plastic, almost like a sticker kind of. And then a nice green background. Super cool, nothing fancy. You can pop his foot onto there to keep him in place, or you can pop this out and put the flight stand right here, just like all the other basic Mezco kind of stands. So very cool, very nice. And also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I got some new lighting. I couldn't tell if y'all, could tell that. So very cool, very nice. Hopefully I can get a background in to make things a lot clearer and better for y'all. But for now, this will have to do. Anyways, so let's just go ahead and get into it. There's just so much. So we got his cool knives right here. I'm not sure what they're exactly called. I just know these are some very, very cool knives. And of course, I'll show y'all how to put this on the figure as well and what it looks like. So he comes with two of these very cool, awesome knives, just like the Hasbro one did. But I've never really seen him use these. I only have a certain amount of comics, so I haven't seen him in any comics yet. He comes with 6 different ninja stars, or he comes with 6 ninja stars. 3 of them are different. So we have these nice X kind of ninja stars, all the same, very nice, great detail. Let's go ahead and get that even closer. Very cool, very nice. And they're very tiny, but they look awesome. Then he has these star ones over here, and they all look the same, nice black with silver on the sides. So very cool, very nice. So those are cool. I'm so glad he came with at least 6 of them. And speaking of the ninja stars, he has a nice throwing hand right here, throwing 3 of the star ones. Now you can't take these off and put the X ones on there, so that's a little upsetting. And there's no alternate hand for the throwing ones like this, so that's okay though. It's still very cool to see that he is throwing at least 3 of them, so that is very cool. He comes with 6 grenades. Very cool. These can be like smoke bombs, grenades, however you want it. So it is very cool. Of course, there's not going to be that much detail into it. You have your little pull ring right there, lever, and once you let go of that, it starts a small ignition to explode. And he has a cool throwing hand to symbolize he has thrown it, with a nice smoke effect right here. So I guess this one's like a smoke bomb. Maybe. I could be wrong. So very, very cool. And you can't take these out of those hands, which is kind of upsetting, but I'm okay with, because I don't think I need any more hands. So let's go ahead and get into the small kunais right here, or throwing knives, which are super duper cool, super tiny, very pointy. He has 6 different ones, and they are very, very cool. See if I can get any better lighting on there. Very cool, very nice. There's not that much detail into it. It's just a plain black handle with a bit of silver at the bottom and silver for the blade. Super cool, super nice, great sculpting. And of course, I'll show you guys how all this looks on the figure and how to put it on. Then he comes with this. Now, I'm not sure what this is called. I swear I thought I've already reviewed one like this. I think I have. I'm not too sure. But this is very cool. He holds on to two of them like that to flex things and swings it around. So this is super cool. It has a nice little metal or aluminum chain right here, ring to hold it into place. You can swing this around, you know, moves around a lot. It doesn't really stay in place, so if you want to hold it like, have it like that in one hand, it's gonna fall out. So he'll have to hold it with two hands. But still a very cool accessory to have. Nice metallic like paint, little bit of detail in there. Very nice. Then we got his small knife right here. Super cool. Has some little detail right here for the grip on the handle. Nice black painted guard and a nice metallic like sculpt and paint for the blade. Super cool, super nice. And of course we have his holster right here that attaches to his back, where you guys saw that small hole on his belt. That's exactly where it attaches to. So very cool, has some nice sculpting detail into it, so that is awesome. And I'll show you guys what it looks like whenever we plug it in to him. So super cool, super nice. And there's no certain way you have to put this blade in. You can put it in any way. So don't worry about messing it up doing that whatsoever. Then we have two swords. We have this nice basic katana right here. Very nice metallic paint and a nice black guard right here with some holes and details into that. Super duper cool. And it's a nice shiny type of black, so I think that's very cool. And for this sword, you would have to use this sheath right here, and of course you have to put it in a certain way. But the sheath has nice detail, little bits of ridges here and there, so super cool. Very, very nice. Now this one you can put on his back, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. You can also put this one on his back too. Now this sheath is for this sword. This is his main sword. Now this is the sword I did a review on, except mine also has a black handle. I don't know why they did that, but hey, maybe I might go back and spray paint it or fix it up to make it a nice metallic silver like this one. Super nice. It has the ridges, has the ridges right there. Nice little indent right here for the blade, also very pointy. And on the handle, it has those engravings. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but in person you could definitely see the engravings. There we go, get that light on it. Super duper cool. And then whenever you're putting it on, you of course have to match it up, and there you go. That's what it looks like when it's in its sheath, and it comes out very smoothly. So super cool. It's not gonna fall out. This one's not gonna fall out, and neither is the knife. So super duper cool. I'll show you again how to add all these to your Snake Eyes. Now let's go ahead and talk about his guns. So super cool thing with the guns, if you didn't see, you can take out the magazines right here, and on the magazines there's a small painted bullet, which I find super duper cool. Now of course the magazines have to go in a certain way, so you can't be putting them in random ways like this. So in order for it to match, this is what it looks like. In order for it to match, you have to put it in certain ways like that. And he has a certain hand to hold on to the gun as well to make it look like he's pulling the trigger. Now, what's super cool is that this is really detailed and amazing. And check this out, you can pull it back. How cool is that? Tell me you haven't seen a gun that does this. So cool. So I think that is the coolest thing with his pistol right here. Just awesome. And he comes with a bullet effect right here, like a bullet just came out. All you have to do is just plug it in to that small hole right here, and bam, that is what it looks like. So cool. Like, look how awesome that is. Of course, this can spin around in it. So cool. Now, he comes with an extra magazine right here. Let me go ahead and get that up close. Super cool. Has bits of detail in there. And of course, the painted bullet right there. So cool. And you can swap out the magazines. So here was the magazine that was in the gun, and here's the magazine that was not in the gun. Bam. Super, super cool. Super basic to put it into. And that is awesome. Now, he also comes with a, I believe it is a silencer or suppressor, which is super cool and very detailed as well. My camera can pick it up. Very nicely detailed. And again, just like the bullet effect, all you have to do is just plug it right into that hole. Just like that. Now, since the plugs are very small, or the little notches, be very, very careful when taking it out and putting it in. And of course, it doesn't restrict anything whenever it comes down to cocking the gun back. So that is super, super cool. And you can put the bullet effect in this as well. Another small hole right there. And you just pop it in. Look at that. Pew, pew. So cool. So awesome. Now, he has this gun. I can't remember what it's called, and I don't want to say a random gun name and get flamed for it. So I'm just going to let y'all tell me what this is called. But it is super cool. Highly, highly detailed. Look at that. So cool. And of course, the magazine can come out and has a bullet on top. Even the magazine has a nice detail on it. So cool. And of course, he comes with 2 of them. Very nice. Very cool. Oop, there goes that magazine. And for this, you have to put it in a certain way, because one way it will go in just like that with the longer end facing out, while it won't go in the other way, which of course that's how guns work, but still. Now, another cool thing with this is you can also put the shooting effect on it as well, just by plugging it in. Very cool. And you can put the suppressor or silencer into it as well. And of course, you already know the bullet can go into the silencer or suppressor, just like that. So we'll go ahead and pop out these. And now, super cool thing with this gun is this right here can go back. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I find it cool. I think it's just amazing how even the smallest details like this is possible. So that is super cool. Super awesome. Adjustable. Look at that. That was awesome. Now, before I get into the hands, let me talk about Timber's heads. Now, I know you've been seeing its heads right here, so let's just go ahead and get into it. We have a nice yelling, maybe barking, ready to attack Timberhead with his ears up. This is super cool, super nice, very well sculpted, and very well painted. Then we have a growling Timberhead right here. Very nice. Ears are back and down, growling at whoever is in front of him. And again, very well painted. Now, I completely forgot to get the other Timber's head off. And of course, Snake Eyes doesn't have any alternate heads, so I left that on. But besides that, that is what the timber heads look like. Very well painted and sculpted. So that is just amazing. Now, he comes with a good amount of hands, as you can see. So let's just go ahead and start talking about them. Right here, we have his nice relaxed hands, and these hands are very well detailed. Look at that. Super detailed. You can see the guards on the hand and knuckles right here. Very well detailed, and the glove pattern as well in the fingers, and notches for the fingers right here too. Super cool. These were his kind of opened, relaxed hands. Here we have his gun holding hands. Again, very detailed, very awesome, super duper cool. These are for him holding his guns. Then you have his wide open hands right here, like if he just threw his grenade or ninja stars, just like that one over there. Super cool, very detailed, and awesome. Then we got two different hands right here. We have a tiger kind of like punching hand, maybe getting ready to fight. Super duper cool. And then we have a kind of like closed, ready to karate chop, or telling you to stop. So super cool, super awesome, and very well detailed. All these hands are amazingly detailed. Like, it's just crazy, the tiny bits of detail into these small little hands. Now these hands, these you can put a ninja star in, or have him hold a grenade or gun or anything like that, really. Super cool. And of course, I'm going to show you what all of this looks like when he is holding him and on the figure. Now this hand is another holding hand, but the only difference is the knuckles are more closed, or the fingers are more closed. Here, let me get my camera to focus. Than the other holding hand. So let me go ahead and show you what I mean. So for this one, his fingers are more out, and they are separated right here, so you can see a gap, while these ones aren't. They're more closed, and oh, there goes my light. Let me get that back on for y'all. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyways. And here is the knuckles right here. Super cool. And then we have his other holding hand. Okay. So now this one, his fingers are completely, closed right here. So right there, they are completely touching the palms, and it looks like he just has only these two open. So I will be showing out what goes into there, what really fits well with that and those hands. And then he has his fisted hands. Let me go ahead and bring out the figure right here. So super cool. Again, very detailed. All these hands are well detailed, and I will be showing out how to add all the weapons to the hands, what it looks like on the figure, and all that, of course. So besides that, enough talking. Let's just go ahead and show y'all what it looks like. And here we have Timber first off with his growling head. He looks mean and very scary, like he's ready to charge at you and get you. Super cool. Now it's super easy to pop off his head. Very light. All you have to do is just plop, just like that. So super cool, super easy. Let me go ahead and pop on his other head real quick. And here we have his barking head right here, or chomping head. Super duper cool. See his nice cool purple tongue right there. Very sharp teeth as well. The top teeth are more out and sculpted than the bottom teeth. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's just because it's my figure, or if that's just how the figure is supposed to be. But still, regardless, very awesome. Now, besides that, let's just go ahead and start getting into the Snake Eyes accessories. Alrighty, and now that we got over with Timber, we can talk about how to add Snake Eyes accessories and show you what it all looks like. So right now he doesn't have anything on him as of right now, but we will be adding his pistol right here, as well as showing you what his sword sheaths look like on him. So let's go ahead and show y'all what that looks like. So here we have his regular pistol, and all you have to do is just pop this little latch right here right off. See, just a little peg hole right there, and all you have to do is slide it on in there just like so, and it doesn't go through. At the bottom it's covered, so it won't go through, so just push until it hits a good point, and then it should wrap around the top part right there. You see that little indent where the gun is? You should just be able to wrap it around and close it just like that. Super nice, super cool. Now on the back, like I said earlier in the video, he has a small little hole right here, and that is for his knife right here, the cool one that can hide right there, not his other big ones. So all you have to do is just plug that in. Super nice and simple. Really easy. Pretty cool. And now it could face this way or it could face the other way depending on how you want it. I'm going to have it facing this way. And if you notice on the box, his knife is on his leg instead of his back. But then again, it's a little different from this Snake Eyes figure. So besides that, let's go ahead and show you what the sword sheaths look like on him. Now, depending on which sheath or which sword you want him to be holding on his back is totally up to you. I'm going to show you how easy it is to install both. So first, you want to make sure the swords are not in there so that you don't accidentally break them by pushing on the handles. So super easy. This right here is just a rubber piece. All right, so careful, you don't want to break it. So you have to gently, not like forcefully or too crazy, like push in this sheath. Now whenever you're pushing in this one, since there is gaps, you don't want to push from the top like I was just doing a minute ago. You have to push in a little bit closer so that you don't break it. Now this will come off a little bit, don't worry about that. It's super easy to pop back into place. So let me go ahead and see if I can get this done on camera. Alrighty, give me just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I found a better way to put on this one. So all you have to do is slide it in just like this, turn it to its side, and lift up this little notch right here just a little bit. It should kind of just like clip in. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. So it should clip in just like that, and you can pop it out super easily just like that. So when doing it, you'll have it facing this way, right into it, and then just turning it just like that. And then of course, whenever this pops off, all you have to do is just push it back on it to the base, and there you go. This sword is for this sheath right here. Slide that on in there, and there you have him with his sword, knife, and gun on him. Super cool, super awesome. He looks so cool, like super duper cool. I just love this figure. He looks awesome. Okay, now let's go ahead and pop off his sword right here, and there goes the belt strap again, or the sword strap again right here. Again, super easy fix. All you gotta do is just pop it right back into place. So with this one, it's the same thing. All you have to do is just push it on in and slide it through. Now, what's better with this one is that you see these grooves right here? It's so much easier for the sword holder right here to go into those notches instead. So don't try putting it like right here or right here. You can if you want to, you just have to like slide it up a bit, but it does stretch this out. So I recommend putting it in these notches right here. And then here's the sword for it. Slide that on in there. And there you go. Super easy, super cool, you know, nothing too hard. And he looks awesome. I think I'm just going to have this sword in for now. So besides that, let's go ahead and show y'all what his other accessories look like on him. So starting off with his other hand accessories, here we have his open, kind of relaxed hands, and they're super basic, super cool. They look really good on him. This is kind of like a whoa, hold on, or maybe he's just kind of relaxing a little bit, trying to get his calm back in, you know. So this is super cool. You know, these hands don't really hold anything, at least to what I've seen or tried. So super cool, super awesome. So let's just go ahead and get into the next pair of hands. And here we have him with his more wider opened hands. So instead of more relaxed, these are like spread out fingers, wider, you know, and they look, oh my goodness, sorry about that. He is just barking like crazy right now. So here we are with his wide open hands, and they look really good. With his other accessory, he has a effect accessory with him throwing ninja stars or throwing a grenade, and it looks really good with either one of these hands, or specifically with this hand, and I'll explain why here once we get there in a minute. But besides that, this looks super good. So let's go ahead and get into another pair of his hands. And here we have him with two different hands. So he doesn't come with the same hand for this one or this one. So we got two different hands on. So with this hand, we have a nice, cool, kind of like tiger claw, trying to get ready for a fight kind of pose right here. And then this one is like giving directions, going that way, or maybe saluting to the American flag. Super cool. Super awesome. Or maybe just looking above to see what's going on, you know? So super cool, super awesome. I like these hands personally. You know, I don't see any other hands that would go well besides these two. Now, do I wish they gave us double of each? Yes, but hey, I can't complain too much. So let's just go ahead and show y'all another pair of hands. And here we have his gun holding hands. So these are his trigger pulling gun holding hands right here. And I'll go ahead and show y'all how to put one of the guns in there, or both of the guns actually. So we'll start off with this gun. Still don't know what it's called, but again, I'll figure it out sometime later, or maybe y'all will tell me in the comments. So like easy, all you have to do is just slide it from the top, just like that, and slide that finger into the trigger right there. Super cool. And there he is shooting out a gun. Super awesome, super cool. And you know what, let's just go ahead and throw in that effect on right here to see how cool that looks. Oh yeah, kind of like a RoboCop style right here. Super cool, super awesome. Let's go ahead and throw on his pistol on his other hand. So again, like I stated earlier, it is super easy to pull out just like that from whenever I was showing you how to put that pistol in there. Let's go ahead and put that in his other hand. And again, super easy. All you have to do, slide from the top. Slide it from the top just like that. And slide the trigger finger right onto the trigger, and there you go. Now this looks pretty all right. Let me see if I can fix it. There we go. Oh, now we have him holding two guns. We got his pistol right here. There's a little, I'm gonna call it an Uzi. I think it might be an Uzi, not gonna lie. But there we go. That's what it looks like. And it looks super cool if my camera could focus. There we go. Looks super cool. You know what? Let's go ahead and throw on that suppressor or silencer right onto it. Bam. And there we go. We have that cool suppressor look with the pistol. Now that looks awesome. I honestly might just keep him in this pose for whenever I'm displaying him. Super cool, super awesome. Now let's go ahead and get on some other pairs of hands. And here we have his grenade or ninja star holding hands. So let's go ahead and show y'all what these look like. And honestly, I think we can put the little dagger or throwing knife in there too. So this is what the hands look like on him. Super cool, super awesome, just like all the other hands. And let's go ahead and show you what a grenade would look like in one of these hands. So super simple. All you have to do is just slide it on in there, just from the top, and there we go. He's now holding one of his grenades. And let's go ahead and throw maybe a ninja star in between those hands right there, just like that. Now you have a cool ninja star. And it looks like he's about to throw it, or maybe he's showing it off, saying, check it out, I'm about to throw this at you. Both of these things. Super, super cool. You know what? Let's go ahead and see if we can put one of the daggers in there. So, you know, why not put it in between his fingers just like that? That's another cool way we can do for the throwing knives. Just put it in there, because there's a little gap right there for the ninja stars. So that's super cool. Very, very cool. Now besides that, I don't think anything else can go into there, so let's just go ahead and get into the next hand accessory. And here we have his knife, little cool, not knife, but little throwing knife kind of hands. So for these, or maybe the ninja stars, we'll go ahead and pull them out here. So for these ones, all you have to do is kind of just slide it on in there just like that. And you could fit it either like that, have it just like that. Maybe he just pulled it out and he's just showing you, saying, hey, back up, you know. Or he's about to throw it. And you can have it in between his finger and thumb right here. Slide that right there. You have it in between his finger and thumb for the throwing knife. Super cool, super awesome. And then we'll go ahead and bring in a different ninja star, the X one right here. And we could do the same thing. We can either have it like this, in between the finger and thumb, ready for him to throw. Look at that. Now that looks awesome. I like that. Look, let's see if my camera can focus on the star. Super, super cool. Now, besides that, let's just go ahead and get into the last few pairs of hands. And here we have his weapon holding hands. Now, these hands are super duper cool, like all the other hands, and it's super easy to use. So let's go ahead and bring out a few of the accessories that can go ahead and go on these hands. So we'll go ahead and bring out his cool knives right here. Now these knives are super awesome, and it's super easy to put them on. We'll go ahead and demonstrate on this one right here. So all you have to do is just move this thumb back a little bit and open up the fingers and go ahead and slide it on in. So you'll slide it over the thumb just like that, push it up and over the fingers, and there you go. Now you have him holding one of his knives, and we'll go ahead and put both of them on in just to show once again, all you have to do is just open up the fingers just a little bit and slide them on through if you want to do it that way instead, which is super duper cool. Now look at that. Now he has both knives ready to come at you. Very cool. Very nice. And he holds them pretty well too. You know, they're not going to fall out or anything like any other accessory. Like with the Ninja Stars, those would probably fall out depending if you shake him or not. Or if anything shakes the table and drops him. But with these are definitely in there and secured. So let's go ahead and take these out. Super easy. Again, all you have to do is just open up the fingers and take them on out. But do be careful with the guard. Make sure not to forget that that's there. Now let's go ahead and bring in his kind of like staff, nunchuck kind of thing right here. Don't know what it's called, but it's super cool. And it's a cool weapon. So all you have to do is slide it in from the top, and you can have him holding like one, or if you want, you can have him holding two. And we'll go ahead and put in the second one. And there you go. Now he has both handles right there. Super, super awesome. Look at that. And again, it's not that hard. All you have to do is just slide it from the top. And whenever you're taking it out, you can just pull it on out, you know? And if you're superstitious about it, you can warm up or heat up the hands in some nice hot water to make it more flexible for you and easier to put onto the hands. But if you do that, do be mindful that it will stretch out the hands. So right now the hands are in a closed but stretchable and wide enough position to where they don't need to be heated up. But if yours do need to be heated up, just go ahead and drop it in some nice warm hot water, and that should solve the problem. So let's go ahead and bring out his sword. This popped off again. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop that back in. This is sliding all over the place. Again, with this, it's just a super easy fix. You just have to pop this little nudge right there into that gap where the sword is held. If mine could pop on in. There we go. We'll go ahead, take out his sword, move him to the other side, and we'll bring in his other sword accessory right here. Now with this one, you do want to be careful because this one has a different handle compared to this sword. So we'll go ahead and put this on. All you have to do is just slide that thumb back a little bit and into the fingers. Let's see if I can get this on in there. And there we go. Just like that. Now he has one of his swords. Super cool. And of course you can move his hand and sword lower or higher depending on how you want it. And let's go ahead and show you what the other sword looks like. So all you have to do, I think for this one, all you have to do is just slide it in from the top is the best option. At least for this sword, it is the best option. And now you have him with a dual wielding sword. Now look at that. This guy is ready to go and go beat up some ninja baddies from Team Cobra. Look at that. Now let's go ahead and get into the last pair of hands. And here we have his ninja throwing effect. So with this one, it only comes with one hand and it goes on the right side. So I recommend using this hand. I think it's the best option, but really you can use any hand you want. You can throw in some gun holding hand and you can position this hand however you want to throw them. So if you want to throw him like that, or have him throwing them to the side like that, upward, downward, going like this, anyway really is all up to you. So I like this effect a lot. The ninja stars on here look super cool, super detailed. So I really enjoy this hand a lot, you know? Now besides that, there's not much to talk about. It looks cool, looks awesome. So let's go ahead and get into the last hand. And here we have a smoke grenade, or a grenade throwing effect hand. Now this hand looks super cool. Again, it's only on the right hand, and you can position this one however you want. You can position it how it's going to the side like that, or maybe he's throwing it underhand and it's going to another area, or maybe you can have him throwing it overhand like that. And again, it sucks that it didn't come with two like the other one. Just the same, it didn't come with two, but hey, it's okay. And again, you can use any other hand you want with this one as well. It doesn't really matter. I, again, personally think this one would probably be the best. Now, besides that, there is nothing else to talk about, so let's just go ahead and jump into the articulation with him. And here we have Snake Eyes with no accessories besides, of course, his gun, knife, and sword. So let's go ahead and get into articulation. As always, we start from the bottom and go to the top. So from the bottom, we have a nice little foot pivot right here going down about that much, not a lot of room because of his guards right here. And again, not going up that much either, mainly about a flat foot as far as it goes. So there's no toe pivot. He does have a little bit of an ankle pivot right here, or swivel. It can turn to the side. So still super cool. Not a lot of movement as some other figures, you know, but hey, it's Mezco. It's super cool. We have double jointed knees. His knees can go up to about a butt kick almost. And of course, both knees can do that. Now, his guard right here, or his holster, does not restrict anything whatsoever as of bending his knees. But when it does come down to lifting up, it kind of does restrict a little bit, because you don't want to break this right here, because this is what's holding this in place. Now, of course, if it does snap, it is secured enough, but I would definitely not want you to break that rubber piece right there. Now, we can go ahead and bend his knees back just about that much. That's as far as his thigh can go. And then, of course, whenever you include the kick, it can go back a little bit further. Now, with this leg, it can go back just about the same, so not that much, which is okay, which is still pretty cool, you know, very decent. He can do a decent split. Of course, the cloth right here restricts it, and it bunches up just a little bit right there. But nonetheless, it's super cool, super awesome, and honestly, I think it's pretty good articulation. Now, up here with the ab crunch, we can go down about that much, which is good. Now, the sword keeps popping off. It doesn't get in the way. It does pop off a little bit here and there, but hey, it's not too much of a deal. Now, he doesn't bend down that much. It's still a good reach for that ab crunch. Now, back, he can go a good amount. Look at that. He goes back pretty far. So that is pretty good. Now, as I said with the material earlier in the beginning of the video, he does have a little bit of a crack and indent right there just from the plastic piece. Hopefully that doesn't really affect it as much, but it is a pretty good thing that mine is covering it up. So do be mindful of that whenever you are moving his armor piece right here around, that there might be a little bit of an indent due to the plastic. Now besides that, we can go ahead and get into the arms. He comes up to about maybe a little bit, I'd say a little bit more than a T-pose. It's up to y'all. I think he comes out to a little bit more of a T-pose. He does have double jointed elbows. They come in about that much. He can reach out a good amount all the way. And he can come in and out and go back about that much. Of course, the cloth restricts any other movement like going around, but he does have a good butterfly joint in there. Now, of course, he has a nice wrist swivel, and the wrist do bend outward and inward. So that is super awesome when coming to posing. His gauntlets right here do twist. So you have that cool feature right there. His biceps up here as well have a nice little bit of a swivel. Again, the cloth gets in the way a little bit, so you can't do much right there. But that is still pretty darn cool. He does look down about, I'd say, a decent amount. That's a decent amount right there, you know. You can definitely tell he's looking down. And he looks up way more than he does looking down. He has a nice little bit of a neck tilt right there. And another neck tilt right there. Head can do a 360. Look up by itself that much. Look down by itself that much. You know, super, super duper cool. And honestly, I think this figure has a great amount of articulation. He looks super great, super awesome, you know. I would be very, very considerate with the material. Like I mentioned in my Mezco Spider-Man, he does have that same rubber-like material that will wither away and also leave a good amount of indents and creases depending on what kind of poses you have for him. Just like right here below his belt straps right here, he has a bit of indents and creases, all because of the pressure from the plastic right here. So again, do be mindful of that. You don't want to tear this guy up at all or ruin any of the material. But he can be put into some pretty cool and extreme poses as long as you take him out of those poses from here and there. Now, besides that, let's just go ahead and get into some size and comparisons. And here we have the Mezco Snake Eyes standing next to the Hasbro Snake Eyes movie action figure. Now, you can definitely tell there is a height difference. The movie one is definitely shorter from Hasbro. And their patches are on different arms. So his is on the shoulder while his is on his bicep on his left and his on his right. So I think that's pretty neat. Look at that. He doesn't have as much. His is more like a biker uniform while his is more of a ninja kind of G.I. Joe tactical. So super cool, super awesome. Both of these figures look great, but of course, the Mezco definitely wins on which Snake Eyes is better, for sure. Now, besides that, there's not much to talk about. You can definitely see that there is a huge difference in these two figures. So let's go ahead and bring out another action figure. And here we have the Mezco Spider-Man standing next to the Mezco Snake Eyes. Now, you can definitely tell which one's taller again, and if you look, their bodies seem to be different sizes. So they used a different kind of figure underneath the cloth, which is really awesome. So besides the height, you can definitely see right here that Snake Eyes is definitely taller. They used the same material for the blue on the black and the red on the black right here. So it is super duper cool. Now, again, like I stated, they used different body sizes or different body sculpts. So right here on Snake Eyes biceps, it's a lot bigger than the Mezco Spider-Man biceps right here. So look at that. They don't just stick to one kind of size. So that is super cool if y'all are wondering. And man, Spider-Man's legs look a lot skinnier than Snake Eyes' legs. And maybe it's just the pants, but I think Spider-Man needs to bulk up a little bit. Now, besides that, let's go ahead and get another figure out here. And here we have the Mezco Snake Eyes standing next to the Anti-Ox Suit SH figure arts. Now, this figure, again, a lot smaller, but not as small as some of the other figures. So you can definitely tell which one's a lot smaller, but you can tell which one has more articulation. Of course, the cloth isn't restricting this one like this one does, but regardless, this one still looks super awesome. And again, there's not much to talk about. SH is always been known to be smaller, so let's just go ahead and bring out our last comparison. And here we have the Marvel Legends Amazing Spider-Man from the 3-pack standing next to Mezco Snake Eyes. Now, I'm shocked. Usually Mezco is closer to Marvel Legends height, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is on the taller side of Marvel Legends. So seeing that Snake Eyes is a bit taller than him is pretty shocking to me. Again, this one has more articulation than this one, but the clothes restricted a little bit. But this figure is super cool regardless. Both of these figures are super cool. And again, there's not much to talk about. Snake Eyes is taller still, which is super shocking. I did not expect him to be as tall as he is. So if you ever want to compare him to your other Mezcos or maybe your Marvel Legends, do expect him to be a bit taller. Or definitely a lot taller than the SH. But besides that, let's just go ahead and say this is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out so much and it helps me know that I'm doing a great job. And again, comment on these videos. Tell me what you guys want to see or what I can do better for y'all. It's all for you guys as well as it is for me. So please do leave a comment on what you guys want to see next. But in the meantime, I'll see y'all in the next one.